In the very center of Paris, the Seine River diverges. Which fork leads to the true heart and soul of the French people?
The people couldn't have been nicer.
The highlight for me would probably be at the very end when we go to Normandy. And in my lifetime, I was old enough to remember D-Day, and for me, it's something I've always wanted to do, and the number one thing that we're looking forward to would be that.
The Seine splits Paris into two geographical sections. Facing downstream to the south is the city's left bank. To the north, the right bank. Decades ago, the right bank was considered home to the bourgeois and old money, while the left bank was edgier, a place for students and artists. The Ile de la Cité rises in the middle of the river, marking the birthplace of the City of Light. The famous Notre Dame Cathedral, French for Our Lady of Paris, was built here over 900 years ago. Today, the depth of the Seine is tightly controlled by a system of locks built in the 1800s. Roughly half of the water used in the Paris region for industry and consumption comes from the river.
I like river cruising as opposed to ocean cruising, because on river cruising you can still see people living their lives along the sides of the river as you sail along. The boat is small enough that you get to know the other people that you're traveling with.
The river cruise is so much more leisurely. Time to relax. There is time in the afternoon. And yet there's enough activity and interest to still keep one involved.
Jean-Pierre is at the museum, and almost in front of the museum is the way to go back to the bus.
Our program director has been very good. She's been very helpful. She's very knowledgeable in everything that every place we've been to so far. A couple of extra pieces of information here and there. We're looking to continue increasing our knowledge about the world and keeping mentally and physically active.
150 kilometers downstream from Paris is the village of Vernon, the perfect landing spot to gather impressions of France's past and present.
You can make your way outside with the motorway to the bus. We are the...
Bonjour. Bonjour.
There she is. On est un peu trop loin, oui, désolé. Voilà. Alors vous avez un super groupe de
Here we have him over Johnny's head. Oh, I guess it's time for another.
Oh,
Anyone wants a piece of this and a piece of that?
yes.
May we?
Right now. That would be cool. That would be very nice.
You.
No, it is all the way.
Not only that, how helpful people were. I got lost a couple of times. And the people of Paris were so friendly and so helpful. I was near tears at one point, and they were so concerned, you know, and they were going to do whatever they had to do so I could find my way back to where it was I was supposed to be at the time. I don't remember.
What did you think was different about the U.S. when you go to visit from France?
From France, many things. Well, I find the people from Maine very nice. Much nicer than the French, I must say.
Oh, really?
Yes. I don't know.
It's fruitcake.
Yes,
and
chocolate,
a very
chocolate.
rich, moist chocolate cake.
Lovely
Very
cake.
good. Yeah.
And on beautiful china, out in a lovely yard. cake and tea. It's
There's
the
no
same
barrier
everywhere.
when it comes to that.
I think there would be less war if there were more home visits.
Yes, I believe that as well.
You'll see what I show you inside.
It's amazing. You can feel the age of the home. You can just feel history through here.
Amazing.
Now, the refrigerator magnets with the words are the same as at home, only they're in French.
You were so lucky.
It was wonderful.
Bye-bye.
Giverny was home to French painter Claude Monet for 43 years.
Monet is one of my favorites, so I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. I loved his Japanese garden.
His paintings gave name to the art movement Impressionism, a style that focused on capturing light and natural forms. He frequently painted outdoors, inspired by these gardens he helped create. The Japanese-style bridge and water lilies were featured often in his work. For over 900 years, holy music in the Cathedral of Notre Dame have been one and the same. Choirs and the grand pipe organ provide splendor to the services.
I was over in the 11th century cathedral here, and the pipe organ started to play a Bach fugue that I was absolutely, I was familiar with it, and I walked up there into the tower and ended up right by the organ player. I may never recover from that. I'm getting teary-eyed right now from it.
You know, I like looking out the window and watching the world go by because you're not ever really sure exactly what you might see, what you might experience.
Being every day in a different place, seeing the enthusiasm of the people because they are amazed by the beauty, the culture, the people, and I rediscovered my own country through these people coming here.
I think once you meet local people in another country and appreciate what their lives are like, then once you leave that country, you have a whole other feeling for it, a warmth for it.